Welcome, guys. Welcome to Jumade channel. As you know, in this channel, we talk about challenges of life, Christian life, and everything. Today, we want to talk about spiritual warfare. Why do Christians go under attack? Why do people attack Christian and they still, the attack go through and people are still affected? I want us to talk about this in the light of knowing that okay, there are some attacks that you go through that is carelessness, is true, disobedient, is true, not following God's instruction. We're not talking about that. We're talking that having, check all area and everything is perfect, and you look at this person and like everything is perfect, and I don't know why this is happening. Those are the things that cripple many Christians. And I want to tell us today that Jesus has not promised us that we will not go through. He said, when we go through fire, He will be with us. He will be with us. He will not allow the fire to burn us or the water to overflow us. So He has promised to be there, never to leave us alone. And another thing is, during trials and challenges, we grow. It's a form of growing. If you don't do tests, there's no testimony. But when you go through tests, you can say, okay, I have a testimony. If you are in grade one and you're not tested, how do they move you to the following grade? So many a times through trials and challenges, we grow stronger in God. We grow our muscle, spiritual muscle. Because when those attacks comes, we realize that no, this is not usual. It has happened to me. And I got to a state that all I can say is that, Lord, I cannot question everything that I've believed. I'm just saying until I hear from you, I'm not going to stop fasting. And that time I was like 18. But the day Jesus manifested to me, just like that, He didn't even talk much. The peace, the serenity, the power, and everything. That is a moment I'll never recover from. And I was thinking that's the worst time of my life. But that encounter alone. So when we go through trial, it's a time to know and to be of surety that I know my Redeemer liveth. Can you believe Job? He was doing everything right, and the devil like, oh no. And Job lost everything, including his skin, including his skin. And he's still saying, though he slay me, I will serve him. He won. He was able to be trusted by the heavens. The host of heaven, He did not let them down. You cannot afford to let the host of heaven down because they are depending on you in these challenges that you will stand through. So I want to encourage you. If you are going through trials, the Lord is not forgotten you. He's with you there. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was thrown into the fire, He didn't defend them before they go into it, but He was already waiting with them in the fire. And it was a sweet communion that He had. And even the king was like, is it not the three people we throw into this fire? And I can see the appearance of a fourth one like the Son of God. Jesus manifested this before His time because there are some people that trust God and they do not even respect their life. They were ready to die. And Jesus said, I cannot afford to send angel to these people. They deserve my presence. Many a times, if you know the God you serve and you stand in these challenges, you will come out better. And that leads to my second point. Many of us are vessels of gold and silver, but we still with a lot of raw thing. And when we pass through those fire, the first thing that drop off is the impurity. I can tell you that impurity drop off because we are all work in process and we need this purifying fire. So when you're going through it, even Jesus, when Peter told him, you cannot afford to go to he said, get behind me because he knew that purpose. That cross will allow him to achieve his purpose. But what he needed was prayer. He prayed so much more that the Bible says his sweat was like blood. If Jesus can do that, you cannot afford to joke with prayer when the trial comes. And that is only, and another thing is that trials is target of opposition from the satanic kingdom. When they see that you're moving closer to God, your work is getting better with God, they don't care about those who are messing up and hypocrites and are pretending. When they see that you know who you are depopulating hell, they will let the hell loose on you. They will do a lot of things. Even in, I think Paul was talking, and he said the Satan hindered us when he wanted to go to Thessalonica. Say we wanted to come to Thessalonica, but the Satan hindered us. Many a times when the devil know that this is a vessel of gold, this is somebody after God's heart like David. he runs after and wants to destroy. Peter was chosen to be a rock for the church, but the devil took permission to sieve him like, jana jana, like my Yoruba people will say. But Jesus said, I prayed for you. After Jesus even prayed for him, he still failed. But the prayer of Jesus restored him. My sister, my brother, don't let your faith fail. The heaven is depending on you at this time. The time may be tough, but we have a Father that never fails. It's time to build your muscle. It's time to purify yourself. You will come out of this better. I can assure you. If you don't give up, you will come out better. And another thing is that it helps us as a reminder of dependence on God. It's not our prayer, it's not our fasting. Everything we need is to depend on God. So during trial, that's when we know that it's not of him that willeth, or of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. And we understand that in our weakness, he carries us. So, my brothers and sisters out there, I've come to tell you today, you need to be strong, you need to be firm, you need to be militant, and you need not to allow the spirit of offense. Many of us have spirit of entitlement. I've served God this year, I've done this to God, I want my year, why would this? Why will it not happen to you? Even Daniel was so good, they still throw him into the lion's den. But God will not leave him there. God will never leave. He will never allow his Holy One to see corruption. I encourage you, stay firm, stay active, and let the heaven be able to say you have a report. I will see you in my next video. Thanks for staying with me today. Thank you.